Well, Scott Morrison was cleared of any illegal conduct over his secret appointments, but a review into the saga found it fundamentally undermined Australia's system of responsible government, and there will now be another inquiry when Parliament resumes.
Fresh from Cabinet, the Prime Minister calls on his predecessor to say sorry.
Scott Morrison owes the Australian people an apology
for what the Solicitor General says was inconsistent with proper practices. Stephen Donohoe's legal advice into the secret Morrison ministry scandal was released publicly on Tuesday and seized on by Anthony Albanese.
Mr Morrison's behaviour was extraordinary, undermined our parliamentary democracy.
The report finds Mr Morrison did not break any laws by taking control of the Industry and Resources Department in 2021, powers he used to block the PEP 11 gas project off the New South Wales coast. But the Solicitor General argues by keeping those powers secret from the public, Parliament and Cabinet, the principles of responsible government were fundamentally undermined. Currently, there is no requirement for such ministerial appointments to be made public. The Solicitor General suggests that should change.
I think one of the things that we will need to consider is any future legislative change to make sure that that's enshrined.
The Solicitor General was only instructed to look at Mr Morrison's takeover in resources. The Albanese Cabinet has agreed another broader inquiry will be established. It will look into what happened, the implications and future reforms across all 5 portfolios the former Prime Minister appointed himself to.
It needs to be not a political inquiry, but an inquiry with an eminent person with a legal background to consider all of the implications.
The Greens want it to have broad-reaching powers.
That means powers to compel the production of documents and, critically, to compel the production of witnesses.
Responding to the report in a statement, Mr Morrison says,
I will appropriately assist any genuine process to learn the lessons from the pandemic. I would expect that any credible processes would also extend to the actions of the states and territories.
Let's see what the proposals are, and then, as I said, we'll be at the table.
The Albanese government believes Scott Morrison should be punished politically for his actions, but it won't speculate on what the consequences should be.
He does need to be held to account for it.
One option, being backed by the Greens, is to censure Mr Morrison on the floor of Parliament.
And don't allow the former Prime Minister and whoever else was involved in it to get away scot-free.
We'll make those decisions when Parliament sits.
The Prime Minister has until September 5 to decide. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.